Okay, have not used the smoker in a few months, really. Maybe not even in 2025. So today we're gonna get it going again. Actually got some parts to install. First, it's Louisiana Grills. Got this from Costco, damaged box on clearance. And it's been working great for the last 5-6 years. I started to say I got some parts. So back there, under there is a temperature probe, or it's right here, is a temperature probe that runs all the way over and into the computer, or the control board, if you will. So I'm going to pull this out of here and take off these screws right here, get this thing popped off, take off this whole guard right there, and put the new temperature probe in, because it doesn't read the temperature right. I have, let's see, here we go, there's the new one. So the Amazon special, hopefully it'll plug right in. Guess we'll find out. All right, left you guys off with our parts. I needed to go grab a drill, so I walked out front to go grab the drill from the shed, and all the goats, ducks, chickens, and guineas were hungry. Hadn't fed them yet today. They came running after me, so I fed all them. Then I noticed there was an egg laying by the feeder where we store the feed. So I grabbed all the eggs. I came inside. We have some scrap eggs, so the guinea eggs, some of the duck eggs. There's just not a lot of demand for those. And then sometimes there's cracked eggs or deformed eggs, or eggs that are too thin to send off with anybody. And so we put all those together, and as soon as we get a dozen, we hard boil them all and feed them back to the birds. So that happened. We had 12, so then I started boiling all those. So it's been some time since I set you guys down, and all that made me realize is that I need to bring you with me, because I just did like a bunch of chores. Maybe people want to see how I store my feed, and maybe people want to see our chicken coop, and you guys let me know if you do. We'll get into all that, but for now, let's now that I got the tools, let's, hopefully all I need is a drill, start tearing this thing apart. Okay, we're torn down. Just a few screws through the back. Got everything pulled out of there. Realized how bad I need to clean the smoker before we use it. So we're gonna get the shop vac out. Get all this stuff cleaned out of here. She's had a rough life. There's a lot of rust. Just sits out on the porch uncovered. It's definitely time for an upgrade, but we're gonna keep babying this one along. I didn't tell you guys that I knew what to fix. I knew what part I needed because I already torn it apart once. Let's see if we can get this to focus. All of that right there. There's some black paint. On this side, there's that little discoloration. It was pinched. I just said again. It was pinched in there. So when this was assembled from the factory, it was somewhere along here. Right there is the mark from the sheathing, and it had the screw going right through it, and they had pinched it right in that hole when they tightened it down. So I'm gonna say it never read right, and it's never been correct. But we finally have the parts to fix it, so let's do that. Here's the old one. She's out. Time to go back together with the new one. We got it all cleaned up. The I vacuumed so much that I think I just started vacuuming the metal right off the inside of the drum. Just taking years off of its life. But that's okay. It's clean. There's no holes. We've got a solid, no daylight. Those are going to get filled up. That's where the hopper goes, obviously. But we got everything cleaned out. I think it's pretty clean. All those holes in the back are for the other part. Just a little, this couldn't get out of there. That's some pretty caked on stuff. That's okay. This is all clean. We're gonna start going back together and fire it up, find out how much better it works and if it reads the right temperature. I did not mention earlier, I actually got a replacement like through the door because it was not reading correctly either. This one's already dying. It's only since Christmas, 6 months old. It definitely was not reading correctly. So I got a new one that reads correctly. It is 82 degrees out. It's reading right at 100, real close. So that helped me determine that the computer was not seeing the right temperature, because I was getting the temperature I wanted on the outside through the lid gauge, but definitely not through the control panel on the hopper. So hopefully now they'll match, right? Set the hopper for 180. Smoker is going to be the lid gauge will say 180. That's the hope anyways. Let's get it back together and we'll find out. New one's installed, wires aren't pinched, we're in good shape. Out here we have the temperature probe, the brand new one. This is the wiring for the igniter, I guess, that gets glowing red hot, and that's what starts the fire on everything. So just gonna hold that up close, put the wires together, feed it all through itself, and attach it right back on. And then we'll load all the grates, push the start button. Alright, full of pellets, nothing special, just a competition blend from the big box store. But let's go. Close this. Startup procedures on this one says to leave it open until it's nice and smoky, and then close it. So, shooting for 360. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's what it defaults to when I just turn it on. I'm gonna go actual temp, 77 inside. We're gonna wait till we see some smoke. All right, Hopefully you guys can see that smoke start billowing out of there, and then once the flame popped off, kind of started to thin out a little bit. So now we're gaining temp. We did this whole project just so we could make some pine cone hot dogs. We're gonna set this to 225 while she continues to warm up. We're gonna head inside. We're gonna go cut some hot dogs up into pine cones, I guess, and flavor them up and bring them out here. She'll be plenty warm by then because it's gonna take us a minute. This will be ready before we're ready with the dogs, but let's head inside and go get those ready. Set point 225, actual 289. Up here we're reading 325. I mean, 6 years old. I guess we're gonna say that's fine. So, all we did inside was score these like a pine cone, which I tried to do all at once, like I've seen people do, and it didn't work. So then I did one at a time, and that worked better. We put a little mustard on them as a binder, and we put some Kinders on them as the seasoning. Buttery steak, I think it was. Just gonna get these on, I don't know, probably let them go for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I don't mind too much smoke. It's good flavor. So here's the dozen eggs we cooked. So like that one was cracked, obviously it just exploded. These are all duck eggs. This one's a little guinea egg. We have all of this too for all these chickens. They're gonna come running. In fact, if I smack on that with my ring, they come running. Everybody's hiding from the rain under the deck. Let's see if they want any of this. Just gotta break the eggs open, and then they go after them. Lucky goat. Got a whole piece of sourdough bread. There they are, even in the rain, just devouring all the scraps. Nothing goes to waste out here. had some green onion in the fridge, so just give them a little topping for a beautiful look. Let's taste them. Pretty dang good. A little smoky. A little saucy. Solid treat. Want to come try these pine cones? You try.
I feel pressure to like it. What if I don't?
Honesty is the best policy.
Oh, that's yummy.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, was it worth fixing the smoker? I guess so, because these are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But now we got to make some good stuff on the smoker. Done a lot of pork butts. I think it's time to step up to a brisket. We'll see. We were recording, but I guess we were. So now we have to talk about that problem. So when we first moved in here, Brittany redid the whole kitchen and made all of these cabinets herself. So
Wait, I didn't make those. Those are old.
these are old.
Those, yeah, that one. The one that's like dead.
That one is
That
the
one.
only original one. That one's new. And she built a spice rack on the side of it. Those are original, I think.
Yeah, but I had to space them out because the fridge is.
Oh, so those are original, and those are not original. She did all the tile work, and she hung all those, put all these in new, put the counter in, the sink in, put all these cabinets in. But this one is still missing the
It's a
middle.
work in progress. I'm good at 90% of a job. So that's
We got
just where we
90%.
sit.
That one, I mean, it's removed so that we could fit the pans in and out with no trouble. All the big pans, all the pots, everything goes into that cabinet, in and out of that cabinet with no problem.
And so we have something to look forward to. Like one day it'll be complete.
We never, yeah. We always need something else to work on. There's never enough chores around here, so we just leave ourselves extra chores to get done later. So that will probably get done later, maybe? No, I don't know. It works. The pots and pans go in and out. You can't see most of them. It's fine. The rest of it, amazing. The most recent one, this build right here. It's massive. Floor to ceiling, pantry, 4 doors, all hand built. Brittany's an amazing craftswoman. She can build anything.
Nick was going to be gone for the weekend, so the kids and I decided we would tackle a project.
Every time I go out of town, a project gets done. Or it started.
Mostly done.
A project gets started.
90%. I'm in for 90%.
Who else does 90% of the project and calls it good enough? All right, we're outside. We couldn't find a paint mixer, so we're going on the hunt just in the backyard. I bet we could find one right here already. Look. Solid option. Let's see. Hasn't broke yet. Ooh. A little bit shorter. More maneuverable. Straighter. I think that's the winner right there. All right, let's head back inside and stir some paint. Found a stick.
Is it clean?
This
looks like a stick that Weston would eat.
He would probably love that stick.
No, sir. Sir.
Now you have to fight him for it.
No, I don't. He listens. You just have to call him sir. Sir, stop it. Okay. Flip it over. There you go.
There's definitely paint on the floor already.
Yeah, well, we need new floor. So, oh, this is way darker than I wanted it to be.
I stand by my choice, all the blue paint.
Oh, this
Now we
is
just have
so
lots of dark blue paint.
This is supposed to go in our kids' bathroom.
Oh, we're telling them where we're putting it?
Oh, or we not.
I don't know. They know now.
Weston, I don't need help. Weston.
Weston's gonna stir the paint
Weston,
now.
we have to stir. You gonna help me? Stop stealing my stick. Wes, no.
You're gonna make it shorter. I don't know, it's pretty light. I did not expect it to be that. It's very interesting.
Let me just.
It's in an orange bucket.
gray.
Yeah, it did get very gray. The orange bucket's throwing it off for sure.
How long do I have to stir this? Well, we don't have a lid to shake it, huh?
Let's just paint it on the wall tie-dye, just like it is. The mix is the mix.
I saw this like brush technique. Like one of those old school like witches brooms. But I figured that no one would like that except me, so.
All right,
Okay.
that's the color.
It's very blue.
It's a bluish gray. Actually, I don't hate it. We need to put some on this. Let's see what color it really is.
Oh yeah, very blue.
Very blue, but I like it. I know you weren't looking for blue.
I mean, yeah. No,
But
it's
you
very
got blue.
gray. Wonder what other colors we have to mix it with.
We're gonna add more.
No.
I think it's a
Sad.
win. I like it. Brittany doesn't.
I do not.
We'll find out if we use it or not.